day 141, Sunday, July 15th. What day for you, Bones?
146.
We are at the Shaw's Hostel. There's a sign out there somewhere. Yeah, there's the Shaw's Hostel sign. We had a private 3-bedroom suite. And here's Milo, still confused. What day is it for you, Milo?
I don't know. I'm taking a 0 today.
He's taking a 0. We may lose Milo today. He's going to take a 0, and Bones and I are heading off into the woods. So we're just going to have to read later about his exploits. But good luck to you, Milo. Today we have to do 20,
At least 20
or so, and we got to really crank out the mileage in the 100-mile wilderness to try and get through in 5 days and get to Katahdin by next Saturday. So that's the goal. We're going to be filming less because we're going to run out of juice since we're going to go 7 days without power. I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, around noontime, day 141. It's rained on us most of the morning, and now we're at a beautiful falls. I don't dare get closer because everything is so wet, but I'm going to go to the bottom of the falls. I think the trail heads in that direction. We'll take a look over there. See you later. Hey guys, now I'm halfway down, and I'm just going to lean over, and you can see it's another 60 feet down or so, and it goes down further in a steep ravine. But boy, is that not majestic and scary. Onward for us. If I see anything more interesting at the bottom, I'll take another pic. Hey, good morning. It's day 142. It's about 5 a.m. We got up at 4:30. Yesterday on day 141 we did a little over 15 miles. It was shorter than we wanted to, but we had a pouring rain session in the morning, and the terrain was much tougher than we expected. Plus we didn't start till 8:30. Today we got up at 4:30 to try and make it 20 plus. The terrain's going to be tough today, and we're trying to make good miles because the weather is good and tomorrow's going to rain again. So Bone is down there tenting beneath me. 147 for him, 142 for me. The shelter's down there. Some old friends in there as well. Pretty tired, but you know, it goes with the territory. We're getting up and trying to get going early. Talk to you soon. Good morning, day 142. We're on barren ledges. That's Saddleback. There's Bones. And we just had to stop. A stupendous view. Take this all in. Some person has a house down here. Check that out. Wow. See the fog in the valleys. Occasional houses in the distance, but only a handful. I think there's maybe a few cabins on this lake, but this is Maine, man. This is beautiful. Oh well, talk to you later. Hi guys, we're on the summit of Chairback Mountain. It's less than 2,500 feet tall, but it's quite beautiful. And it's about 1:35 in the afternoon. Look at these mountains and mountains and mountains. And you see some signs of roads, but no trucks, no people, no nothing. Almost must be logging roads, I'm guessing. I don't know what that big mountain is. It's not Katahdin. Katahdin is not supposed to come into view tomorrow, but we'll miss that because we'll be in a rainstorm. But wow, Maine is immense and immensely beautiful. And there's Bones, just like Pritch, emaciated and hungry. Looking forward to getting to Katahdin. Hey there, we're in a location of old growth hemlock and pine trees that are over 100 feet tall. These trees are unmolested, not been cut. You can just see they go and go and go and go and go. Wow, they seem more than 100 feet. The ones here, I don't know if I can really project this on camera, but, and they're quite wide at the base. This one here, it's got to be, 4.5 foot wide or so. And it just goes, look at it split in two, but just keeps going up and up and up and up. And there's others like it in the area that can't really easily show you the scale without a yardstick, but that little bugger goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Probably could see Katahdin from the top of that, but not when you're down close to the ground like I am. But needless to say, there's a bunch of those trees around here, which are quite nice. Just crossed the river, got some water. It's 4:20 or so. We still have 5 miles to make 20 on the day. It's been very tedious. But we do want to get to the shelter, even though it's not at all clear whether we'd get a spot in the shelter, since there's a pile of faster hikers right behind us. They're about to pass us. But there's a good chance of rain at 3 a.m. And if you're going to shelter out and not be in your tent, this would be the night. And tomorrow's supposed to be lots of rain. So we'll see. Good morning, it's day 143. About 5:45. There's Bones. What day is it for you, Bones? 148. And we're at the Carl Newhall lean-to shelter. We slept here, there. We don't sleep in the shelter if we can help it. We're at about 75 miles to Katahdin. About 75 miles to go. We got up really early this morning again. We're trying to beat the rain. It is 100% chance of rain today, so heading out early. We're lucky it hasn't rained yet. Decent spot to sleep. Here's the rest of the gang. There's Irish and some of the others getting ready. We're going to go as far as we can in the rain, so I know our mileage will be reduced. Hey, fellow Massachusetts man, say hi. See you later, my friend. Okay, back to the trail. We're at the summit. Bones, what mountain?
White Calf.
White Calf. It's supposed to be raining. It's heavy fog, misty, lots of thunder and lightning, so we're not going to stay here much longer, but up at 4:30 to get this far trying to beat the rain. And so far successful, but we still have a lot of hiking to go to get down the mountain, get to Easy Street. See you later. Well, that was fast. Probably within 2 minutes after I filmed that last scene of Bones and I at the top of the mountain, lightning occurred, the winds came up, and it started pouring, and we got drenched. It's pretty scary because we were above tree line for probably 15 or 20 minutes before we can get down to the trees, and lightning was coming down everywhere. Even with my poncho on, which I hastily put on, I still am completely soaked, and my feet are soaked and rubbed raw. I've got my waterproof socks on, which in the past have been a real big plus, but it turns out with shorts they're not a big plus because water runs down your leg into the sock, and then as waterproof, as good as it is keeping water out, it holds water in. So I've got a pond in around my feet right now and lots of hot spots. But the rain is subsiding. Has subsided, and I'm close to the shelter, so I'm going to replace these waterproof socks with regular socks and probably retire them for the rest of my trip. I mean, they're very good in cooler weather with long pants, but not with shorts. Talk to you later. Okay, it's about 10:30. I'm trying not to film everything. Just starting to dry out a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to rain for a while. And I'm coming down a steep section, and my gosh, I see a dog. I see a dog on the top of the rock. It scared me at first, and I'm like, wow, the dog's guarding something. I stare at it a bit more, and it took me like 10 seconds to realize that dog ain't moving. I guess it's a carved statue of some sort, sitting up there, presiding over the trail. Very cool, and just unusual. We are in the middle of nowhere, probably, I guess, 70 miles from Katahdin, right dead set in the middle of the 100-mile wilderness, and there's a statue of a dog. Oh well, just thought I'd pass that along. Interesting. Hello, it's 11 a.m., and I just got very lucky. This gentleman here, I'll let him introduce himself and his mission, but he's already kindly given me a couple of slices of watermelon, some chips, and two Cliff Bars, which I'm grateful for. So, sir?
I'm Junior. My son, Harvey is running the trail. We started May 30th at Springer.
Wow.
We're going to finish hopefully tomorrow.
Wow, that's impressive. And I'm not going to finish till Saturday. I wish I could say I'd finish tomorrow. Well, awesome. And I thank you, Junior, for your kindness. And I look forward to seeing Harvey on the trail. And when he stops by, tell him Pritch said hi. And I'll try and film him again. And, you know, one way for a runner or a hiker to pass the time, because there is a lot of time out here, is just to take a look at the plants and animals a little bit. Try not to step on the frogs. Look at them. Enjoy.
What he liked to be known as the newt. Those little orange newts are his favorite animal.
Yes.
On the trail. So if given options, he would stop.
So nice, so nice. Well, thank you, Junior. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Prit.
Good morning. Get a little closer so you can hear me. Bones is still sleeping. But today is day 144. A beautiful shelter. And there's the shelter there. I tented. Even though I thought the rain was going to stop, it poured on me. It's day 144. Yesterday we did 19 miles. The good news is we reached a section that's fairly flat. Yesterday there were a lot of climbs up and down. And you didn't see it on the videos, but it rained a ton on us while we were hiking. So we're completely drenched. Feet are soaked, shoes are soaked. Most of our stuff is soaked. The other thing that happened to me is I ate or drank something that hiker nightmares, and I ended up doing 5, for lack of a better word, 5 quick privy calls in the afternoon. I'm fairly weak right now. I was able to take some Imodium AD when I got into the tent site. Hopefully that will calm the situation. I'm normally very clean. I filter my water, carry hand sanitizers, but something infected my intestines, and it was not pretty. So I'm kind of weak because of that, but still psyched that today's hiking is going to be much more straightforward and easy. So hopefully 21 miles won't be that hard to do today, and hopefully we'll reach a point where we can sit out and put our clothes out in the sun, in particular our socks. It's really your point of vulnerability is your socks, and give them a chance to dry, because wet socks equals hot spots and blisters, and that's not pleasant. But enough for now. Day 144 begins now. Talk to you soon. I didn't do a good enough job of filming this earlier, but this is the Cooper Brook Falls lean-to. You can see the beautiful set of falls going into what is described as a swimming area. And there's the lean-to. It's rather small and primitive and old, but clean. This is described as a swimming hole, although someone told me there's leeches in it. That prevented me from going in. And this is where I slept last night. We got here, it wasn't raining. The rain seemingly subsided. We got into our tents. There's Bones' tent. And then it poured on us for like an hour or two. So tent's a little damp, a little wet inside, but otherwise okay. But another beautiful location. Gosh, Maine is such a beautiful place. If you haven't come here and hiked here, you got to owe it to yourself to come here. It's rugged, but very rewarding. Hi guys, day 144. About 60 miles to go to Katahdin. We're in the midst of the 100-mile wilderness, and what did we come across is 2 containers. I was very curious what it was, but I'll read this for you. But it says, Trail Magic, brought to you by Boy Scouts of America, Troop 61, Wrentham, Massachusetts. And please take only one item. We want this to benefit as many through hikers as possible. It was nearly empty, but there was some food there, and Pritch had some. And this second barrel they provided for trash, which is a godsend to be able to dispose of your trash and not have to keep hauling it, because we've got 5+ days here, Bones. How many days have we been in the woods?
Since Monday.
Oh, maybe
Sunday.
not. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 days. This is going to just lighten our load a little bit. But thank you, Boy Scouts of America, from Rentham, Massachusetts. It's close to my hometown, or my previous hometown. And it was just so nice of you folks, you young scouts, to think of this. And it's really appreciated. Excellent. Thank you, Scouts. Hey there. The afternoon around 1 o'clock, we've come upon this absolutely beautiful lake. How pretty this is. How vast the lake is. And even though we see no sign of life, there's a buoy marker out there, probably noting a channel, and I see other buoy markers further along. And what happens when I switch and pan to the left? But we see our target, the mighty Katahdin. Wow. The summit is in the clouds. There's Bones taking a picture too, man. But that's where we're heading. Target will be there on Saturday. To climb it on Saturday morning. Wow. To think we set forth from Springer Mountain in February. Through snow, rain, hardship, pain, all sorts of misery and joy. And that was the end target, and now we can see it for the first time. Amazing. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Good morning. Thursday, July 19th, day 145. What day for you, Bones? 150. We're at, I can't even remember, I just read it a moment ago. We're at the Wadley Stream Lean-To, and we're going to go to the Herd Lean-To. We only have 38 miles to go to Katahdin. Woo-wee! And so we're going to go. Yesterday we did about 22, and today we're going to do about 20, and that would set us up for a short hike to the Birches, where it's a reserved campground for thru hikers on Friday night, and then a summit on Saturday. Bones, of course, is thinking we should do this all on Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a stretch, but it's 6:45. The Thursday, day 145, begins now. Talk to you soon. We've gone a couple of miles, and you're at the summit of Nesabunt. Now, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. And this little detour to a view. And Bones ran over here. I'm running after him, trying not to knock him off this cliff and send us both to our doom. So close to the target, but holy buckets, look at that. And now I'm picking up on Bones' mannerisms. Buckets, holy buckets. I'm a member of the Church of Bucketology now. And there lies Katahdin. And if only we could go straight line towards it, but I guess we'd have to learn to swim. We still have about 35 miles to target. 30 miles to the Birches campground, which is just in front of it. But this is what an early morning in Maine looks like, friends. This is a place worth vacationing. Even if you can't climb all these mountains, there's still accessible areas, and it's just so breathtaking. So beautiful. Come up here and check it out. Wow. Beautiful stream here. It just goes on and on like this for hundreds of yards, perhaps miles. Then walking along in the edge of the trail, and it's just cascading through a narrow, rocky ravine. It's quite tempting, but I'm sure it's very slippery in there, and a fall would be bad, but really beautiful. It's 10 a.m. Got about 13 miles to go to get to the campsite, which is fine, in good shape. Talk to you later. I have fallen in love with the wilds of Maine here just a couple of days before my finish, where I walk in these beautiful forests of towering old growth hemlocks and firs and cedars, while always walking, it seems always close proximity to beautiful blue lakes. The state has so many gorgeous lakes and so many gorgeous forests, and yeah, it's a little rocky, not the worst it's been today, and the rocks that are bare are covered with ferns and moss. It's like something out of a Steven Spielberg movie for primeval forest. It's absolutely enchanting. It's absolutely beautiful, and I must come back here again after my hike is done, which, by the way, it's Thursday, 1:30 now, and I'm hoping to be done by Saturday afternoon. It's possible I could finish Friday. If I pushed it, I could finish Friday, but frankly, I don't want to, for a couple of reasons. First, I've been in foot pain for much of this hike, and the hike should be joyous, so I really want to take it easy the next few days and not push through to get it done early. And frankly, it's so nice out here. Part of me doesn't want it to end. I do want it to end, to get back and see family and get about taking care of my life and lots of chores that I undoubtedly have at home. But the other part of me loves the smell of the forest, the endless beauty, coming around a corner and having your jaw drop with just amazing views like this one right here. Wow. Here I am. What a great swimming hole, too. Yikes. By the way, every day we pass a dozen ponds just like this. So nice, so beautiful, Maine. Thanks. I really have enjoyed this part of the trail and this part of the hike, and finishing up in such a beautiful, lovely place. Lucky me. I'm approaching Rainbow Ledge. There was a forest fire here 100 years ago that cleared a lot of the tree line, not all of which is recovered. You can see it just slowly encroaching back in on the large granite slab, but it's quite beautiful as it is. But I would guess if it does continue to revert to its natural form, at some point this becomes all forest again, which is nice as well. Still about 3 miles away from the shelter, and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Thursday, July 19th. Pretty exhausted. Hiking by myself at this point, I suggested to Bones and Sticks is a young man, college student that we've been hiking with, that they're certainly free to progress on, thinking of going into the A-Ball camp. They're thinking of going into like A-Ball campground to get dinner tonight, and then going straight from there to Summit of Katahdin on Friday. And I need to take a little bit more time so my feet can recover, my body can recover. And so I'm still planning on a Saturday ascent, and the weather's supposed to be great, so no problem with that. And gives me a little bit more time to slow down and enjoy these incredible views and incredible weather, which I know doesn't last all the time up here. So take advantage of it while I can. I'm sure when I get to the summit there might be some interesting views behind me. I'll check back in then. Well, I did make it to what I believe to be the summit of Rainbow Ledges, and there are distant views through the tree line of mountains. And of course I am heading to Herdbrook Lean-To, and Bones, I believe, and Sticks are heading to A-Ball Bridge, 6.1 miles away. Katahdin's only 21 miles, so getting close. part of the reason I opted not to do it tomorrow is, I mean, I could do another 6 today, and you'd say you only have 15 tomorrow, but that leaves out the part coming down the hill too, which adds another 5+ miles, and that matters to me. That's more wear and tear, and I have not been able to be in communication with my wife for days since I entered the 100-mile wilderness, and she's planning on coming up here on Saturday, and people have suggested I won't have any mobile communication until I'm on top of Katahdin, which would be on Saturday. So I don't want to get up there on Friday and say, okay, I'm ready, honey, come and get me, and for her to have then a 6 or 8 hour trip to come and get me. So I'm just going to leave it on Saturday, and I think that's a win-win for everybody. Talk to you later. Well, I hiked a little further. Still, it was mostly obscured views until just a moment ago. And I looked to my left, and what do I see? Yes, the mighty Katahdin. And that's where I'll be hiking on Saturday. It's quite a rugged mountain, and it's breathtaking because it rises so distinctly above the forest floor versus the White Mountains, where you just have a mountain after mountain all together. Katahdin and its sister mountains to just on their shoulder really stand apart in a gigantic forest of northern Maine. It's really amazing, and I can't wait to get up there. I've not been up there, really looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. This is where I'm filtering my water from, and if you look, you can see endless fish swimming around by the dozens, and I had the misfortune of actually scooping up some water, and in the process scooping up a fish, which, needless to say, I don't want in my water. So I emptied that out and started again, but this is a good reason to filter. And yet so many people out here do not filter their water, which is stunning. Of course, it's always the young who go huge miles, don't filter their water, and I don't know, they're kind of immune. They're at a lucky stage in their life where they're robust and they can hike huge distances and not really look after their health. But if you're a little bit older, then you better be filtering your water, and you're probably not going to be doing those huge distances. But wow, another beautiful, beautiful night. Thursday, July 19th, two days away from our summit. We're not that far from Katahdin, and I'm just standing in a rock looking at all these fish in the water. And there's also a skull of, I think, either a deer or a moose right at our tent site, which is interesting as well. Kind of morbid, but still interesting looking. A lot of old growth trees, and the campsite, and lots of cedar and other interesting trees as well. Maybe I can show them in a minute. And back out of the pond. Now I'm back to our tent site, just in the woods. Bones, you know, I found, well, we specialize in non-flat tent sites. We've gotten quite good at sleeping on hills, and but we're both looking forward to finding beds when we get home, and nice flat beds. There's beds. That's Bones' tent at an angle. There's mine going sort of downhill, but it's all good.